Good morning, this is Dennis.
And this is Alejandra, and it's time for another installment of your East High's Eagle Eye Report. East High Book Club will meet Wednesday after school in room D139. See you there.
Did you know that books have the same enemies as people? Fire, humidity, animals, weather, and their own content.
Interesting. Thanks. Music in Our Schools Month is a time to reflect and to celebrate our musical achievements throughout the year. Music Connects Us is an important theme that we are exploring in a variety of ways. We are pleased to share some footage that the music department has received from an East alumni and professional musician, composer, and educator Joe Locke, in his comments on connecting to people through music. Roll it.
And wow, East High. I've got so many memories of East High. It's where it all started for me, where my musical adventure started. I remember, I probably shouldn't say this, but I remember skipping classes and hiding out in the music room and playing the piano for many periods back to back. And I'm really happy that some of the friendships that I made at East I still have today. I'm really proud of that. I met some really good folks there and have remained in touch, which has been really soul gratifying for me. I was going to East High, and when I started to play jazz professionally, it was probably when I was in 11th and 12th grade. So 11th and 12th, I was playing professionally on the weekends, Jenks and Jones Lounge on Genesee Street, the People's Club on Jefferson Avenue, playing with an organ trio, and then being a student during the week. And I learned so much in my high school years, my late high school years, about trying to balance being a professional musician and being a student. I've been asked to talk to you guys about connecting to music. But what I'd like to talk more about is connecting to people through music. For me, the greatest thing about music is being able to share what I'm going through, my emotions, whether it's anger or pain, sadness, joy, being able to express that in music, and the person hearing that music identifies with it because they have the same emotions. You know, for example, everybody knows about the blues. In the blues, we express usually our pain, going through something, and we sing it or play it in the form of the blues. Whether it's Lightning Hopkins or the old blues guys, Son House, who was also from Rochester, famous blues musician, or if it's Jimi Hendrix or Prince, we express it in the form of the blues, and the person listening says, hey, that's how I feel too. I'm in that same pain. We connect with each other and we don't feel so alone in the world. And that to me is the greatest gift of music. And it can be any kind of music. It can be jazz, it can be classical music, it can be hip hop, it can be the blues, it can be rock and roll, it can be metal, but the biggest thing music does is the person playing the music or singing the music is expressing something really deep about how they feel, and the person listening who also feels that same way says, damn, that person knows how I feel. And as a result, I don't feel so alone today after hearing that song. And to me, that's the greatest thing music can do. For those of you guys who want to, for all you young men and women who want to be musicians, who want to have music in your life, you can have it in your life in so many different ways. You can do what I did and become a professional musician, or you can have music as a hobby, or you can have it as something that you go to once in a while, or it can be something that you use to to pay your bills and pay the rent and live your life. I think for those of you who want to be a professional musician, there are definitely easier roads to take. My advice would be pursue doing it as your life's work only if you feel like it's the only option for you. I didn't ever feel like I had a choice. There was no other decision for me to take. There was no other road for me to take but music. So I never felt like I had the option. I just felt like I was going for music and there was nothing else. If you feel like you have choices, think about those other choices, and you can keep music in your life as something you do for pure pleasure. That way you can keep it pure and keep it real and keep it unaffected by dollars and cents, which is a beautiful thing. But if you feel like it's something you really want to do as a profession, then all I can say is work hard, work really hard now, because it's going to pay off later. If there was one thing I regret that I wish I could have done better in my high school years, I wish I had worked harder when I was in high school, because it would have made things easier later on. I always say to people, you know, work hard now, because that's going to enable you to play hard down the road. I'm wishing you all the very best, sending love, respect, and my support as you go on the road. And you can always get in touch with me at joelocke.com and let me know what's going on with you, and give me a report, and I'll hit you back. All right, thanks everybody. All the best.
Very cool. I once heard that music with dinner is an insult both to the cook and the violinist.
What?
Chesterton.
Not who. What are you talking about?
It's about art, the culinary arts. You know, you cannot appreciate both at the same time. Great music and great meals need to be enjoyed without distraction. See?
Chesterton must have had a crabby violinist. Great music goes with everything.
I think you used the word great too lightly. This week, a representative from SUNY Canton will be visiting East to speak to students about their institution. See your counselor or Mr. Ferguson in the College Prep Center F116 to sign up to attend their informational session on Friday morning. Attention juniors, now is the time to register to take the SAT or ACT this spring. Many colleges require prospective students to take one of these tests. Come to D132 during lunch on Thursday to sign up. See Mr. Ferguson in the CPC if you have any questions. Attention lower school scholars. Your parents today have a flyer about an upcoming event for your families that will occur this Friday, March 23rd. Please bring this home to your family members and have them complete the section at the bottom regarding whether or not they plan to attend. All scholars who return the form will receive a small prize.
Last Wednesday, March 14th, almost 500 e-scholars and staff participated in the Rally Against Gun Violence. This event commemorated those who have lost their lives to gun violence. Junior, Alejandro Cedeno, and Senior Joel Stewart researched and presented possible solutions to reducing gun violence. Great job to the scholars, and thank you to everyone who participated. The East High School community lost one of its strongest supporters and advocates for education reform here in New York State. Long-serving Congresswoman Louise Slaughter passed away last week from a complication from a serious fall. The Congresswoman worked tirelessly to ensure funding for the Rochester City School District, East High School, and the community. All government flags in Rochester will be lowered to half-staff to honor the late Congresswoman.
The month of March is always highlighted by some very important events. St. Patrick's Day, the beginning of spring, fingers crossed. And finally, the annual Finger Lakes Robotics Competition held at the Rochester Institute of Technology. This year, East High School robotics students were part of Team 3838, also known as Rock City Robotics. The competition this year was intense, and Rock City Robotics did an awesome job. Please enjoy highlights from one of their matches.
Behind the line, please. 3, 2, 1, power up.
We have now entered the autonomous period of qualification match number 73. We're going to find the Blue Alliance setting not one, but 2 power cubes into their switch. Red Alliance doing the same. Courtesy of Team 578, the team out of Fairport, New York. 36-28, Blue Alliance slight advantage. However, both alliances gaining that AutoQuest ranking point. We'll now find robots moving across various parts of the arena, completing different tasks. Bit of a buildup on the far side of the arena as both alliances attempt to capture the scale. However, it levels out. We'll see if anything can be made of that. It's still pretty early on in this match. Raider Robotics and their robot probably sets a power cube on the far side of the scale for the Blue Alliance. That'll tip it in their favor, and they now have the 1 point per second for ownership of that game element. Team 578 setting power cubes into the exchange zone for the Red Alliance. Blue Alliance had already built up 3 power cubes in their levitate, and they had made use of that magical power-up. 189 to 107. The score's climbing with a little less than 75 seconds left in the match. The second mouse, the team out of Utica, New York, sets a power cube on the red switch. Makes no movement quite yet. However, they're setting their sights on a second one. It levels out just a bit. And we'll see if that defense can make a difference as the Blue Alliance now uses their boost power-up, doubling the score of the scale and the switch, which they have ownership of. Less than 15 seconds left until the end game period. We're going to find the Red Alliance playing their first power-up of the match. That's the Force as a level 3, meaning they're taking ownership of the scale and the switch. Team 3838, Rock City Robotics set up on the platform. Team 1518 joining them as we head into the last 30 seconds of the match. It's the end game period. Robots now have their sights on the boss. The Red Alliance using their boost power-up with less than 20 seconds left to go in the match. It's going to be a close one, 375 to 250. We're going to find the Raider Robotics and Rock City Robotics climbing for the Blue Alliance. Red Alliance has 2 robots on their platform, 5 seconds left to go. They have a levitate power-up, and it looks like Team 3181 just may potentially make it on a climb. We'll find out from the referees here and have your score in just a moment. Victory goes to the Blue Alliance. The score, 463 blue, 276 red. However, Red Alliance still gains a rank point for completing the auto quest. The Blue Alliance scoring all 4 possible rank points for facing the boss, completing the auto quest, and winning the match. That'll boost all 3 team members up in the rankings, putting Team 3838, Rock City Robotics, into the number 4 ranking as we approach 10 more matches left in the qualification round.
Speaking of March and March Madness, East alum Dante Carruthers, older brother of 8th grader Shamir Carruthers, is playing in the NCAA tournament for the University of Buffalo Bulls. Check out this video of Dante featured on the Democrat and Chronicle.
And Carruthers misses the layup. Oh, and he gets it right back, Carruthers. Kicks it to Harris. Three-pointer is good.
Attention Drama Club, we meet after school tomorrow in D133 for our cast party adventure to Sticky Lips. Please be prompt and bring your appetite.
Hey, Improv Club meets every Friday after school in D114. Keep in mind, club members now have an opportunity to work and grow their skills outside of East with a local improv club. No experience is necessary to come in stage play. See Mr. Hart for more information.
Improv, huh? I can do that.
You can? Cool. Close your eyes and pretend you're an oyster.
With a pearl?
Sure. Mr. Newman reports that last Thursday was another amazing day for the Vision Care and Precision Optics program. The Vision Care program saw 55 students from 11 schools in the RCSD, including 11 East High scholars. Another highlight was that Bob Duffy, the president of the Chamber of Commerce, along with other distinguished guests, spent time with Paul Conroe and the Precision Optics group and observed the Vision Care scholars working with patients. The group was very impressed that our high school students were so capable and efficient.
No clever quote?
Artist Georgia O'Keeffe once said, "Nobody sees the flower, really. It is so small, it takes time. We haven't time, and to see takes time. Like to have friends takes time.
Really? Now, in keeping with this important theme, here are your words of wisdom. William Blake, English poet, painter, and master printer, has engraved these words on the character of many. As a man is, so he sees. He is talking about perception and how a person views the world. The word comes from the Latin percipere, which means to grab hold of. So the question today is, how do you grab hold of life? Do you hold on to the negatives or the positive? Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, great American author and public speaker, tells us that there is power in positive thinking. Today, watch those negative thoughts. Instead, be positive and be powerful. See the world in a new light, and remember, we have the power to change the world, Eastside.
Now let's get to work.